If you haven't checked out the Sculpture Garden in City Park, now you have a reason to. There's a festive event coming up celebrating the arts and culture of our great city, but more importantly, preserving the permanent collection of more than 40,000 works at the New Orleans Museum of Art. Here to tell us all about NOMA's Love in the Garden are Elise Ryan, Assistant Vice President with Hancock Whitney, and organizer of the Love in the Garden Cocktail Challenge, Bryant York. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. So tell us a little bit about Love in the Garden. This showcases local artists, at least part of it does.
Sure. So this year, Love in the Garden is being held on Friday, September 27th. Part of what we do with Love in the Garden is we're celebrating the 16th anniversary of the Best Off Sculpture Garden. It's a beautiful space filled with tons of sculptures and recently expanded space, 6.5 acres, that we're going to fill with some beautiful cocktails and
bites to eat too, I'm
bites
sure.
to eat, yeah.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. So is there something that's new being featured this year?
Well, I mean, the garden itself has more than doubled in size this year. They've just commemorated the expansion of the new garden. If you've not been before, it's right there in City Park behind the museum itself. And so we have the original garden on one side, and then across the back main thoroughfare is the expansion. And because the city didn't want us to actually have a walkway across the road, there's what's called a Moses Bridge, which is actually a walkway through the water.
So that's how they're connected.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Very neat.
So talk to us about Hancock Whitney's partnership with NOMA for this event.
Sure. So Hancock Whitney has been a part of the community for 135 years. We've long been patrons of the arts and are really honored to be working with and partnering with NOMA this year. It's our 4th year as the title sponsor, and we're really proud to be able to help to conserve and protect some of the beautiful pieces that NOMA has.
Wonderful. And tell us about this cocktail challenge. You never say no to a good cocktail.
Well, it's something that we came up with about 7 years ago. This will be the 6th year that we're doing the cocktail competition as part of Love in the Garden. And one of the joys of living in New Orleans is that it is at the center of the conception and innovation of the cocktail, an American art form for more than 2 centuries now. And New Orleans has made indelible impact on cocktails that are now imitated around the globe. And as a way to honor that and to enjoy it, we bring in 10 of the finest bartenders in the city from various restaurants and bars, and they are our competitors. And we give them 1 of 5 base cocktails base spirits to work with, and 1 of 5 themes on love, because Love in the Garden based on the Robert Indiana statue. And so they do a variation on love, whether it's lust or love-hate or unrequited love, and then they have to create a cocktail based on that. So if they draw a base spirit of tequila and lust, that's too easy, but
sure.
then that could be a drawing, or gin and unrequited love, and then they create a cocktail for all of the patrons to enjoy.
So I can see how this has been a very successful addition to
It's been
Love in
great.
the Garden.
Yeah, no, it's been wonderful in the 6th year. We definitely have made some adjustments from year to year. The first year, we made the mistake of not limiting the actual amount of the pour. And so that was a little...
It was a fun year.
I was saying, right. Don't remember much from that year. But, right. People seem to be enjoying themselves. Yeah. All right. Well, tell us, who does Love in the Garden support?
So Love in the Garden is going to support NOMA and help to preserve all their works. They have about 40,000 permanent pieces. And this year we're actually honoring, well, in past years we usually honor certain local and regional artists, but this year we're honoring Sydney and Walda Best Off. They have been tremendously supportive of the local arts community and some of the most generous patrons of the arts. So this year we are honoring Sydney and Walda Best Off. Wonderful.
Anything else you'd like our viewers to know?
We
grab
hope
your tickets?
We hope you'll grab your tickets and enjoy a new and improved Love in the Garden in the expanded Sculpture Garden. It is a world-class facility and truly one of the gems of this city.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So again, Love in the Garden is next Friday, September 27th. The patron party starts at 6:30, followed by the garden party at 8 o'clock. And this is all happening at the Cindy and Walda Beshoff Sculpture Garden at NOMA in City Park. For more information, call 504-658-4121 or log on to noma.org.